Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 8, day 2 of our Positive Peaceful Growth calendar that we are following and kind of working through together. It's a calendar that's written by Dr. Susan Lawton. It looks like this, and you can get it at Aroma Tools or My Oil Life. And it's just a calendar that has positive affirmations for 5 days a week. And this week's affirmation is, I am thriving in all I think, do, and say. I know that we were meant to thrive. I know that we were not meant to be destroyed or to have things negatively affect us. That is not what we were meant to do or be on this earth. And we were not meant to exist. We were meant to thrive. We were meant to let our light shine. And so this week, as you're thinking about thriving in all that you think, do, and say, I want you to choose a song that is connective to that for you, that reminds you that we are here to thrive. The song that I've chosen is called Thrive from Casting Crowns. And I think I put it in my link for yesterday. So if you're looking at this video, you can check out the link for yesterday. So make sure you're coming up with a song, because I think that there's an incredible power in change that music has to change our mindset and our mood. So make sure you're using the power of music in your life. The affirmation to today, and one that I'm super excited to be chatting with you about, is I am speaking only positive phrases. Okay, so as I'm thinking of that, my first thought that I had was, we want our words to be edifying. We want our words to lift people up, to give them hope, to know that they can rise up, be better, take it to the next level, that they have the power in them to change for the better. Because there's always things that we want to change for the better. And we also want our words to point out the good things that people are doing. We want to say, oh, you did that really, really good. Or, oh, I am so thankful for that. And anyway, and so as we're speaking, let's make sure that if there's praise we can give, we're giving them praise. If there's praise we can give to others, we're giving them praise. If there's praise that we can give to ourselves, let's give the praise. I was listening to a talk, I don't know, just someone chatting on the radio. It was a Christian radio station, I think. Anyway, but the guy was chatting about how we need to treat ourselves like we are someone that we are in charge of taking care of. Like, let's say that your job in life was taking care of the king. How would you take care of them? Or maybe your job in life was taking care of this super precious baby. And all babies are precious, but this, I don't know, super important baby, although we're all important in our own ways. But what I meant is, you had something that was super important to do. How would you take care of that person? You would make sure that they were nurtured and nourished, and were eating right, and were exercising, and that you were protecting them from things that would be harmful to them. You know, whether it's smoking or pornography or laziness, right? We would be sure that we were doing everything we could for this other person. And so I want you to remember, you're amazing. You're amazing. You are a child of God, and you're amazing. And your first duty is to take care of yourself so that you will be here longer on the earth to be of more help to others. Your first duty is to take care of yourself so that you can accomplish the mission that God has for you. You gotta have your health. You gotta have your connection with God. You gotta have your positivity. And so please, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, please do. Now, I don't want you to be selfish. I don't want the world to be all about you. But I do want to make sure that you are doing your best to meet your needs so that you can go on and meet the needs of others. Okay, that's the first thing that I thought of, was that we want to speak edifying to other people, and we want to speak edifying to ourselves, right? We want to have faith in other people, and we want to have faith in ourselves. And then the next thing that I thought about was that that we need to be careful on how we talk about other people and how we talk about ourselves. So I'm going to talk about talking about ourselves. Now, there was a time in my life where, and right now, I am not super great on technology. I'm learning technology. I'm getting better at technology, but I wouldn't say that I'm the best person at technology in my circle of family or friends. But there was a time in my life that I used to say, "Oh, I'm super techno challenged," and what it did when I called myself techno challenged, it kind of set that mindset. Oh, I can't do that. I'm techno challenged. Oh, can you do that for me, please? I'm techno challenged. And I can see that it inhibited my own growth. I know a friend who she just kind of puts herself down. I think we all know people who say things like, "Oh, I'm so ugly," or "I'm so fat," or "I'm so whatever it is that's negative," right? And I don't want you to do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Don't say, "Oh, you're so ugly, you're so fat, you're so you're so stupid," right? Do not say that to yourself. I want us to be our own best friends. And you would not talk to anyone else that way. Like, you would not talk to anyone else that way. So let's all stop talking about ourselves that way. Okay? And then let's not talk to other people like about ourselves that way. Let's not, even in trying to joke, let's not put ourselves down. Let's be done with that in our lives. Let's just be completely done with putting ourselves down. We don't need to go there. We don't need to focus on the negativity. I don't know that does anything good. Let's focus on the positivity. And then as we're talking to others, let's do that too. Let's make sure, definitely we're not going to name call, right? We're never going to say, "Oh, you're so stupid," or "You're so whatever else." We're not gonna name call anyone. We're not gonna bully anyone. We're not gonna name call anyone. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about something else really quick. So there are times when we need to guide people, especially family members, right? But maybe even other people in our school of influence. Maybe we're a teacher. Maybe we're a doctor, and we need to guide people into different parts of their lives, right? Different paths that are going to be healthier paths. So I do think that it would be okay for a doctor to say, "You know what? Your numbers are showing that you're overweight, or your numbers are showing that you're clinically obese. And if you continue in kind of doing what you've been doing, this will be a health challenge for you," right? Now, if a doctor says you're overweight, or a doctor says you're clinically obese, and that's going to be a health challenge for you, could you get your feelings hurt? Yeah, you could get your feelings hurt, right? But is the doctor trying to harm you? No. That doctor is not trying to harm you. That doctor is trying to help you. So we kind of need to know the difference between hurt and harm. Hurt is something that is temporary, and harm is something that can be permanent, right? And hurt is something that, like, if a doctor gives you a shot, that might hurt. But is a doctor harming you? No. A doctor is actually doing what he thinks will make you better, right? So, and sometimes we need to say, sometimes we need to have those crucial conversations with people. Sometimes we say, you know what, if 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 you don't get a job, you're not going to have enough money to pay for college. I'm just kind of letting you know that. So if you want to pay for college, you got to get a job, right? And that might, I can't help you with that financial situation. You gotta do it on your own, right? And that might hurt some people's feelings, you know. But is that meant to harm them? No, that isn't meant to harm them. That's meant to help them. So again, and sometimes we say, you know what? I am sorry, you can't go to the birthday party because you didn't get your room clean. That was a deal. You could go to the birthday party if you got your room clean. You didn't get your room clean, you can't go to the birthday party. Would that kind of hurt a child's feelings? Yeah. Might they be mad at you? Yeah. But are you trying to harm them? Nope. You're not trying to harm them. You're trying to teach them responsibility. You're trying to help them. So, as we're saying only positive things, I don't want us just to be people who are offering false praise. And I don't want us to be people who aren't having some of the crucial conversations that we need to have. I want us to have the conversations that we need to have in our lives, and I want us to have them with love and with concern, and I want us to have them with compassion, and I want us to have them in edifying ways, the most edifying ways we can. But I do want us to have those crucial conversations that we need to have, because they help people, right? They do. And they help ourselves. Like if someone said to me, you know what? If you don't brush your teeth, then you're not going to have them as you get older, right? Like you need to floss your teeth, you need to brush your teeth, or you're not going to have them as you get older. Like, could someone get offended at that and say, oh, you're telling me what to do? Yeah, or who do you think you are telling me that, right? But people can tell us things because they love us. People can say, hey, you know what, that soda, that beer, that champagne, maybe you've had too much of that. That isn't serving you well. Why don't we stop? And could they get mad at you? Yes. Are you trying to harm them? No. Could they get their feelings hurt? Yes. Are you trying to harm them? Mm-mm. You're trying to help, right? So let's make sure that we are prayerfully addressing the situations in our life that we need to address, but let's do it with kindness and compassion. Okay, so you all know, if you've been following us, or me, I guess I'm doing this by myself right now. You all know, as you've been following me, that we have a diffuser blend that we diffuse for the week. And this week's is eucalyptus, which is the oil of wellness, and juniper berry, which is the oil of the night or the unknown, and Douglas fir, which is the oil of generational wisdom. And it's Tuesday, so we're going to go more in depth on what eucalyptus does. So if you have ever diffused eucalyptus essential oil, or you've gotten some eucalyptus leaves maybe at Pier 1 for the holidays, you can just see how that smell is super opening. It makes you breathe easier, or helps you breathe easier. It's just super opening to your airways. And so I wanted to talk about the lungs for just a minute, and what the lungs function is, or in Chinese medicine. And I'm definitely not an expert on Chinese medicine, but what I do know is just a few basic things on the lungs. And in Chinese medicine, they think that each of the different organs, or especially the 5 different organs in our body, are stored different, I'm going to call them mega emotions. And the lungs, they believe, stores grief and sadness, and it can also store the feeling of disconnection, the feeling that you're not really connected, and connection might even have to go with like the desire of want, that maybe you're not wanted. Okay, so that, and again, I'm not an expert on Chinese medicine, so if anyone is, definitely hop on and correct me where I'm going wrong on this. But just to my little basic, simple understanding of Chinese medicine, those are the emotions that we store in our lungs. Okay, so does anyone want to keep the sadness? I don't think so. Does anyone want to just keep the grief? Or do we want to process through our grief and come out on the other side? Like, can we remember the good people in our life that we love that have died? But can we get past the grieving, and can we get on with the remembering and their power of what their love and their kind of blessing on us? Go forth and live your life and do what you need to do, right? I think that's, if someone that we love died, I think that they would want us to go forth and be happy. I mean, grieve for them, of course, a little bit or a lot, but not stay in our grief. They want us to move on, move forward, and be joyful. When I die as a mom, with a mom of 9 children, when I die, I don't want my husband to be stuck in grief. I don't want my children to be stuck in grief. I want them to remember the amazing things about me and forgive the horrible things about me. And I want them to move on and have wonderful, joyful lives. Okay? So anyway, sadness can get stuck in our lungs. Grief can get stuck in our lungs. And a feeling of disconnection can also get stuck there. So, eucalyptus is an essential oil that is amazingly opening and freeing to the lungs. You gotta diffuse it. You gotta try it. Once you do, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. It opens you up, it frees you up, right? And so if you're sad, if you're grieving, if you're feeling a disconnect, like you aren't feeling the friendshiping, the wanting, the desire of you from other people, or on the opposite hand, maybe you're having a hard time loving people, right? Or wanting to connect with people. Maybe you don't even want to connect with some people in your life that typically you'd want to connect with because of past history or whatever. Eucalyptus can help. It can help open up us to feel the love. It can help open us up to let go of the sadness. It can help open us up to process the grief. That's the power of eucalyptus. Now, is it going to do all that for you? No. If your mom died yesterday and you put eucalyptus on, your grieving process is not going to be done. But it can help open you up. It can help support you emotionally to work through what you need to work through. That's the power of essential oils. Okay, so that's eucalyptus. Really quick, some other things that eucalyptus can address, some negative emotions. It can help people who feel attached to playing the victim role. It can help open us up and let us know that we are really responsible for our own actions and that we do have the power to change things. It can open us up to that idea that we have the power to change things, and that playing the victim role doesn't really get us where we want to go. Then anyone who sits in the victim role doesn't get where they want to go. You got to take the power back. You got to take the hope back. You've got to take the action back toward positivity, right? That we got to let go of the victim role, and eucalyptus can help with that. People who are clingy, kind of fearful, not feeling the love. Like if you're not feeling the love from other people, you might tend to be more clingy. Hoping to get the love. If you're feeling super defeated, again, it can help you take responsibility and get up, not play the victim role. If you're despairing, if you have a desire to escape life or responsibilities, if you're the type of person who likes to put on the movies, or get lost in the books, not saying that movies and books aren't great sometimes, but if you're escaping into them because you don't want to deal with your life, then let's look a little bit deeper into ourselves and let's say, what action can I do to better my life? Because escaping into the movies or the books or the alcohol or the drugs or the pornography or whatever else you use as your escape isn't going to make you have a better life. It's just going to make you have a worse life. Okay? The time wasting, anyway, I think we can all agree on that any addiction is not going to get you where you want to go in life. Okay, so if you're feeling imprisoned, again, victim mentality, it can help with that. And if you're feeling powerless to heal, eucalyptus can help change our mindset, help give us hope, help let us know that we are responsible for our own health. And yeah, something may not have worked, and 5 somethings may not have worked. But we need to be like Edison, who tried, what did he try? Like 573, and I'm just pulling that number, but he tried a ton of things to get the light bulb to work. And I think if we were more like Edison in trying to solve our health issues, then maybe we would solve more of them. Now, do I think that every health issue is solvable? No. Sometimes I feel like we have health issues that are not solvable, and we need to go through them for whatever reasons. Maybe it's our own growth. Maybe it's the growth of people around us. Who knows why we have certain health issues? I'm definitely, God knows, but He's the only one, right, who sometimes knows why we have certain health issues. But before we say that they're unsolvable, let's bloody our knuckles by beating down every single door that we can, trying to find a solution. Once we've done everything that we can, then yeah, maybe we're just going to have to sit, go through whatever we're going through. But let's be the ones that try to find the solutions. Okay, so the positive properties that eucalyptus can bring in is being able to heal, thinking you can heal, being whole, having integrity, being well, feeling liberated, feeling free to do things, being responsible. Again, that's taking responsibility for ourselves, our own lives, not being stuck in that victim mentality, and feeling encouraged. Eucalyptus, it's a powerful oil that can change our mindset in a lot of different ways. Okay, so that is eucalyptus, and again, I just wanted to let you know that the affirmation that this week we're diffusing those 2 drops of eucalyptus, 2 drops of juniper berry, and 2 drops of Douglas fir. Eucalyptus being the oil of wellness, juniper berry being the oil of the night or the unknown, and Douglas fir being the oil of generational wisdom. And we are concentrating on speaking only positive phrases, meaning edifying, uplifting, hopeful, loving, compassionate phrases to ourselves and to others, and that we are thriving in all we think, do, and say. Okay, so this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, Living the Wholesome Life, and I know you have the power in it to make it a good day, a great day, a fabulous day. So go make it a fabulous day. Bye-bye.